They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating 'cause I saw no risk. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, Be liking my flavor.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 22-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 41, Murray. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Murray now on first down. That ball complete to Isabella. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Eagles. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Throwing to start the drive. Tate. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. Go.
Now a give, right side. It's Taylor. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They run with Taylor, and he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 58, boys. 58, Mike. 3 buzz.
Looking to throw. Tate got a man open. It's Hurts. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Cardinals nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, but now it's third down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Murray with a 3rd and long. And able to find Kirk complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
On 1st and 10, Tate. Johnson's got it complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throwing on 1st down. Tate. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
To throw again. Tate. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. From the gun, Tate. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks.
Now a hit and a loose football. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll score. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to... the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 49-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The sack by Ronald Darby coming from the corner. Throwing on 3rd and long. Barker. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving.
He's got Daly, the 20. Touchdown! Great play there. 57 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be taken short. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Okay, buddy, I'm there.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Back to throw. Barker. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got this. Jim.
On 1st down, Tate. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Tighten up. Pick the edge. Come.
On 1st and 10, Tate. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
At the 14-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here.
Shit. Go, take it. Let it go.
Here's Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they're going to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Barker. He's going to air one out. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Shift! Watch the shift!
Back to the air on second down. Barker. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
And it's third down. Third and long.
Ready? 50, plant.
Mike 51. I'm coming for you, son! I'm coming for you, son!
Deep rip, deep rip.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kaiser. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats?
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, past the 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a